so many unfinished projects. For instance, here at Spawn, that is supposed to be the entrance to a castle. I haven't built the castle yet. Over here's my Ministry of Fireworks, which is just sitting in a great big field of grass and does not have an interior. And of course, there is my castle on the hilltop, and I don't actually have a hilltop to build it on yet. So which one are we going to do today? Of course, I'm going to do none of them. We're over here at my custom cherry grove, which is looking a little bit odd at the moment. I'm trying out some new shaders, and yeah, they're pretty good. They're as close to the Silders shaders as I could find, but let's have a look at the Silders ones. So this is Silders, which is my favorite, although if you get Silders, it won't look like this. I had to tweak and tweak and tweak the settings to get it looking nice and pretty like this. But look at that mountain over there. You see how things just sort of appear? There's no mist. That is the big problem with Silders. Look at that. Everything's just appearing. But if we put the other ones back on, which is complementary shaders, I think it's called. Now when we fly around, look at that. The scenery just loads in gradually. It's so pretty. That's much better. So I may be changing over to these, but I've got to tweak the settings, get it a little bit more vibrant. But look at this. One thing I hate, I got vanilla tweaks going and I put the bushy leaves in. And I don't actually like bushy leaves on the cherry blossoms. I don't think they look as good. This is what I mean. Have a look at the trees now without the bushy leaves. They look so much prettier just as little blocks. But all the other leaf blocks look better with the bushiness going. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I wish I could get it for every leaf except for the cherry blossom leaves. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. We'll figure out what we want to do. But first of all, we've got a project for over here. I have a huge chest monster of shulker boxes and no defenses, so a creeper is eventually going to blow these up. My custom cherry grove needs a storage room, so we're going to do our first building. But I do have a little bit of a problem because I want to use a lot of bamboo blocks. And yeah, this is my bamboo farm. It used to be big enough. Gee, the base looks crazy in these shaders. I'm going to turn them off. So we're going to need a larger bamboo farm, and this is a very large place to put it. Like my base is just behind that bit of dirt there. So I could build a massive one under my hill, or we could go down to the depths of the base. And there should be a fair bit of room in here still. Like I've got little doorways to nowhere where I could build it. Check this out over here. You'll notice I've got the torch flowers. I actually did all of this last episode, but the episode was running long, so I never showed you. But have a look in here. I got myself some sniffers, and this is a pretty basic farm setup. I've just got a minecart running underneath all the time, and any goodies he collects come up to this barrel. And then I can turn around and plant them and let them grow. And I've got bone meal in there if I want to hurry it up. So yeah, that was all done off camera, guys. Sorry about that, but yeah, the episode was super long. So yeah, there are a few places around here that I could build it. I've been just decorating now with all the new plants and stuff. I love this setup, using the decorated pot and putting it up there, surrounded by trapdoors. I think it looks really pretty. Ooh, speaking of unfinished projects, I never actually finished this room. This is supposed to be a kitchen, but yeah, it's pretty dodgy still. Maybe I could put it in here. I've got a glow ink farm that since they changed the height of the world and the depth of the world, this stopped working, so it's pretty useless now. The problem is, though, if I build it somewhere else, this little area becomes absolutely useless. So I think what I'm going to do actually is, you see, we've got a flying machine that comes across here and just breaks it all. And then we've got a single hopper minecart that'll run around underneath, collect everything, and it all shoots up into this barrel here. what I think I'm going to do is just put a hole in this wall and then just let the flying machine keep going and we can build the farm out in that direction. I don't think there's anything in the way. Okay, there is something in the way, but it's not a big deal. I can move this. So just under there, you can see, actually, let's get up here so you see exactly where I am. So here is my farm. I'm going to put a hole in that wall and I've just continued the rails and tracks off in that direction. And yeah, we've got plenty of space here for the flying machine to just keep going. I couldn't make it any longer because we're about to pop out the side of the mountain. So I'm going to have lots and lots of mine carts running to collect all the goodies. But yeah, I can't just break this because this little track is actually my favorite thing in the entire base. I'll show you my second favorite thing first. So my two favorite things in the base are both pretty stupid, but I love them. So next to my storage room, if I come over to this corner and throw an item onto that sea lantern, it gives me a bowl of mushroom stew, and then I've got Kramer over here that I can just fill it up again, and when I throw it back, I got my shovel back. So that's pretty cool. I don't have to waste all my golden carrots. But my absolute favorite thing is here in the storage room. So if I start up my item sorter and have to wait for a little while, I've got a minecart over here and I can just get in and start going. There's that room. Takes us by a triple spider spawner here, which I don't actually need any strings, so I haven't done anything with. But not too far away, I've got a skeleton XP farm. And the doggies just attack them all and give me the XP so I can get my tools repaired. And we're still in range of my item sorter, so we can just keep ticking along and yeah, get everything sorted. So this is my favorite thing in the base. I use it all the time. So I think I've done most of the hard work now. I just need to put a hole in that wall and allow the flying machine to keep going. And then turn that single minecart rail into a bunch of minecarts. Oh no, I'm going to need a collection system as well. Oh, this is going to suck. Okay, I think we're looking good. I've got my big line of minecarts ready to go. Over here, I've got an observer block just looking up at the bottom of the flying machine. So when the flying machine starts, this will power all my minecarts and they'll take off. And then when the flying machine gets back, they will take off a second time to go and get the rest of the goodies. And it's nothing too special here. I've just got a line of hoppers taking them down to a dropper under there, and it just goes into a water stream and up there. And I've put in some chests. I figured a single barrel wasn't going to be enough storage now, so I've moved that. So instead of the barrel, I've got this line of chests that fit in perfectly there. And this is a good little trick I found. I've got a line of hoppers behind there, so I put some cyan terracotta next to it, and it's almost the same color. You don't notice it at all. So this is where all my goodies are going to come in. So you see this room looks pretty much the same, except for there's a little hole, and you can see that something else is going on down here. And yeah, a lot is going on down here. So I've got all of these geared up, ready to go. And we can just hit the button. And you can hear my minecarts all shooting off. But that just goes through beautifully and continues on its way. And it'll come back once it gets to the end. But I think that looks good. I don't ruin the way this looks. And I've finally got lots and lots of bamboo. It does come in a little bit slow though. So I finished this thing late last night, but I did have enough time to start gathering up all the resources I would need for my new storage room at the Cherry Blossom Grove. So I think we're just going to run over and start building it. And no time lapse today. I still haven't got all my time lapse gear up and running in 1.20. So we're just going to build this the old-fashioned way. Okay, so originally I was going to build my building just out here, so I'd put in a little path the other day and we were going to walk down here and voila, right here is where I was going to build my new storage room. But I quickly realized that I was going about this all wrong. So this custom cherry grove, my intention here was to try to use all the new blocks, especially these pink crazy blocks. But the overall theme that evolved was that of landscaping. So it didn't make sense for me just to build my new storage room on flat ground. I had to landscape it as well, otherwise it wouldn't have made sense for this new biome. So that's what I've gone and done. My tiny little base of the building is up the top there, but now it's a lot larger. So I had to move it over in this direction, and I've just built it on this great big rocky outcrop. Well, I didn't build it on a rocky outcrop. There was no rocky outcrop. I built the rocky outcrop, which took me forever, so I thought I'd actually have the building done by now, but instead I'm only just getting started. But yeah, I think it does look pretty cool. So anyway, I'm going to go get some materials and we will get started on the rest of this storage room. And I can't wait to get the replay mod working in 1.20 because this just doesn't feel the same. But there it is, guys. It's all done. And I was a little bit worried that it would be too big for this cherry blossom biome. You see how tall it is, but that's actually perfect. Because we've got trees everywhere, if it was a low building, you'd never be able to see it. But this is great. Every time you get in a little bit of a clearing, you can look up and there's a nice big building. So I think I'll do a bunch of them. Imagine that. Just looking around and all these little towers poking up. It's going to be so cool. But anyway, let's try and get up somewhere where we can get a better look. Maybe just on top of one of these trees would be good. So this is the kind of theme I'm going for, and it probably needs a bit of explanation. So I'm trying to do a Japanese style build because it is a cherry blossom biome. But I wanted to do a fantasy sort of version of a Japanese build. So usually when I do these buildings, I'm trying to make them look authentic, so I don't get to use my imagination. So like a great big tower coming up out of the middle of the build. You don't really get that in Japanese buildings. But because I'm doing it all kind of crazy, I'm just throwing it in there. And I've done the crazy colored roof as well, just to emphasize that this is, yes, a fantasy build. So we've got all the different colors worked into that. And let's quickly jump on the roof. So this is all the rage nowadays, doing all the crazy coloured roofs. But you can't really do it with Japanese buildings because of the slope of the roof. You have to use a lot of slabs and stairs, and then you can't just have the full blocks to get all the different colours. So I've tried to design this to still be a Japanese roof, but to use full blocks in there so I can mix in the different kinds of colours, but I have had to use slabs in a lot of places just to get it to work. So if we come around here, see these are slabs down the bottom, so I've only got like one sort of colour to choose from here, but I've tried to disguise the fact that I've only got yellow all the way along the bottom here, just with different kinds of blending. And it gets even worse on the roofs above where I've had to use lots and lots of slabs. So you can see this one here, if I can do a landing without killing myself. So down the bottom, that's all slabs. So it's always yellow down the bottom. But I think I've managed to disguise it pretty well so you don't really notice. I think it looks cool. While we're here, let's jump in the top levels. So I haven't actually decorated any of this, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to put any furniture up in these top levels. I've just got access to them. Nice little floor. We've got a little balcony out here. Ooh, this is cool. Yeah, that's very nice. And we've got another level. So many levels. I'm not going to put anything in here either. At least not yet. But this is where we're going to be working. This is my new storage room with nothing in it. And you notice these crazy note blocks in the floor. So let's grab some shulker boxes. So currently, of course, all my shulker boxes are here in the way, and they're sort of in the way of where I need to build a path up to my new building here. But my plan is, along with a big wall of chests that I'm going to have, I want to be able to put all my shulker boxes here because most of the time I will be working with shulker boxes. So what we can do is right click on that and the floor goes down, and we can just pop all our shulker boxes there. And when we're done, we just do that and we break them. And I've got a bunch of these. Got one over here. And I've got two more up the front on these walls. So let's just put these out of the way in here for the moment. Oh no, it's about to get dark. I should make myself a bed while we've, let's hope no beasties spawn. I brought the stuff I need for a bed. So let's build it over here. It's going to be a Japanese style bed, of course. We'll chuck him in. So that's just smooth quartz there. This is my go-to Japanese bed design. I just find it really easy not to have to think up a new design for something all the time. We'll put a little lamp there, a couple of sea pickles, and let's quickly sleep before all the beasties come out. And since I've already started doing some furniture, we might as well do a little bit more. So you might have noticed over here, when you hit that, only 4 of the things come down. That's because I want to put a nice little plant in here. So I love this thing with the new pot. That looks super cool. We might as well put another one. Let's go up this corner. There we go. And it is a little tiniest bit dark up this end of the room. Like, mobs aren't going to spawn, but I like to have lots of lights all over the place. And we might as well put another table in here. How do I want to do it? I might do it with 3 slabs and a couple of stairs. And you know what? I think I want to move this. I don't like it there next to the bed. Let's move. Oh, what should I've got to put something here. What have I got? What have I got? We will do flaring azalea. There, that looks nicer next to a bed. And we can do our little end rod lamp over here. Boom. And I've got another plant. Okay, I think that's good enough for decorating the room. Let's get working on my actual storage room. Let's get rid of these torches. I don't think I need them. Yeah, it's not super dark there. Okay, what goodies have I got? Okay, we'll begin nice and easy with just a little table here. And we'll throw in a pretty little flower. And I'm going to put I like to have a crafting table in the floor. Ooh, you know what I should do? Let's quickly break that. Let's chuck a few barrels in the floor as well. There we go. That looks nice and pretty. I can still access them under the stairs, so a bit of extra storage. And we'll go and end a chest right in the middle with what do I want? I'll do a couple of these. And a trapdoor. And it looks a bit plain up there, so we'll throw in another couple of barrels. And I haven't left a lot of room for my chests, so the way I'm going to do it, I got upside down stairs there so I can still open them. This was my plan, so it's a bit of a weird way to set up your double chest, but I can still access everything nice and easy. And then we can put our item frames down each side so I know what's in what. Very nice. Let's chuck them in this side. There we go. I think that looks super awesome. So we've got plenty of storage for working on my area out here. And we've got lots and lots of places for our shulker boxes. So I think we're done. Let's just have a quick look at this build in the shaders. So once again, I'm using the complementary shaders. They're a little bit different to the Silder's ones still. Like, they're pretty vibrant, but everything's just a tiny bit blurry. I think I'm going to start mucking around with the settings just to try and sharpen things up a bit. But yeah, I really love the way you can just sort of walk around here and get glimpses of the building. I think it looks super cool. Let's get in the air. And it is super tall as well, so I think if I didn't have the huge forest here around it, it might actually sort of look a little bit out of place. But yeah, with all the trees around it, it does look cool. So anyway, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. I've been Cortezerino, and I'll see you later.